Hello everyone, my name is Frances and I am a humanist officiant. I would like to welcome you to Secular Officiant Presents Prepare Before Applying for the Marriage License. This video was created in May 2026. As a disclaimer, it's always recommended that you check the ServiceOntario website and local municipal websites for the most up-to-date information, as things may have changed since the creation and posting of this video. The goal for today is to help you start gathering the information and documents needed before applying for your Ontario marriage license, and more specifically on the ServiceOntario website. The hope is that the more preparation done ahead of time will make the application process go more smoothly. This video was created for couples who are planning to get married in Ontario, to submit their Ontario marriage license application, and for couples who want to find participating municipalities that use the ServiceOntario online application. The agenda for today includes 4 major topics. The first topic is the basics. This is where some basic questions are answered about the marriage license and application process. Questions include: what is a marriage license? Where do you get the license? How do you apply for the license? How much does the license cost? How long does it take to complete the application? The second topic is before applying. This is where some questions about the license application are answered. Questions include: what information is needed? This is followed by a screenshot of the online application form. The other question that is answered is: what documents are needed? This section also highlights common forms of identification for you to include in your application, a list of government-issued identification approved by ServiceOntario, a list of supporting documents that certain applicants will be required to bring, and important notes for you to be aware of. The third topic is called Step by Step. Find a participating municipality for ServiceOntario's online application. This section goes through how to determine your closest pickup location if you're applying for the marriage license using the ServiceOntario website. The fourth topic is Next Steps, where I discuss what to do once you've prepared your information and documents. So, let's begin. The basics. What is a marriage license? It is a legal form issued by the Ontario government. It allows a couple to legally marry in Ontario. It is valid for only 90 days. The marriage license provides proof that a couple is able to marry, meaning that the individuals are not already married to others. When the marriage license is completed and returned to the government, it indicates that the couple is legally married. Where do you get the license? Any municipality in Ontario can issue the marriage license. You must apply for the license by submitting a marriage license application. Once your application is approved, you will receive the marriage license from the municipality. You are not required to get the license in your closest city. For example, you live in Toronto but apply online via the ServiceOntario website to pick up the marriage license in Wasaga Beach. How do you apply for the license? Confirm the application method in your chosen municipality to submit online or in person. You can access the marriage license application in 4 ways. 1. The ServiceOntario online application. There are 121 participating municipalities. 2. The online applications of municipalities not using the ServiceOntario online application. 3. Downloading and printing the application via the Ontario government website. 4. Picking up the print application at your City Hall, Town Hall, or municipal office. Please call to confirm that they are readily available. How much does the license cost? The marriage license fee varies from each municipality. For instance, with the ServiceOntario online application, it can range from $100 Canadian to $245 Canadian. For example, one of the participating cities is Vaughan, and according to the ServiceOntario website, it costs $205. The fees for municipalities not using the ServiceOntario website can also range. Here's a few examples. In Toronto, the license costs $180. In Markham, $200. In Richmond Hill, $179. In Brampton, $175. In Mississauga, $165, and in Niagara Falls, it costs $160. As a reminder, always check the municipality's website for the most current marriage license fees. For instance, on the ServiceOntario online application, it indicates $205 for Vaughan, but when you go to the Vaughan Municipal website, it indicates the fee is $210. Please also be aware that some municipalities have different pricing for residents compared to non-residents. Payment options also vary from place to place. Generally, credit card and debit card are accepted, but please confirm with your chosen municipality. How long does it take to complete the application? According to the ServiceOntario website, expect to spend between 25 to 30 minutes to fill out the marriage license application. Do not rush the application. Take your time to avoid errors and delays due to having your license reissued because of errors. Double-check the spelling and capitalization of names and addresses. For example, is McDonald spelled with capital M, lowercase a, c, and then capital D? Or capital M, lowercase c, and then capital D? Or just capital M and the rest is lowercase? Before applying, what information is needed? Part 1 of 3. The marriage license application varies slightly from the online form and the online application on the ServiceOntario website. However, I have compiled the required information from both versions. You and your partner will need to provide your name, the first, middle, last, or single name, your date of birth, your age at the time of applying, your birthplace, your marital status, including the divorce information if applicable, which asks for the city and court file number or the country, or the annulment information if applicable, which asks for the city and court file number or the country. What information is needed? Part 2 of 3. You and your partner will also need to provide your current address, including the postal code, zip code, or country code, your permanent address if applicable, your phone number, your email, the date the form was completed, and your signature. What information is needed? Part 3 of 3. The marriage license application will also require the following information from you and your partner: the parents' names, first, middle, last, or single name, the parents' birthplaces, the intended marriage location, the intended marriage date, and the license pickup location. Online application form. Here is a screenshot of the online marriage license application that can be printed. You can find this form on the Ontario Government Forms website. I have listed the website in the resources slide of the video. As highlighted by the red boxes, one side of the application is for the applicant information and the other side is for the joint applicant information. What documents are needed? The marriage license application requires 2 pieces of government-issued identification per applicant. One of the 2 pieces of ID must include a photo, but check with your municipality about specifics as it may vary from place to place. The license application also requires additional documents if applicable, such as a certificate of divorce. It's important to note that original identification and documents are required. Photocopies are not accepted. If uploading documents online, save documents in these formats: JPEG, PDF, or PNG. Common forms of identification include birth certificate, passport, driver's license, photo identity card, such as an Ontario photo card. As a reminder, health cards are not accepted as a form of identification. List of government-issued identification. According to the ServiceOntario website, here is a list of 20 government-issued identification that are accepted. They include birth certificate, Canadian or foreign, passport, Canadian or foreign, driver's license, Canadian or foreign, Ontario photo card, photo identity card, other Canadian province or territory or foreign, Canadian citizenship card or certificate, Canadian permanent resident card, Canadian record of landing, Canadian government refugee travel document, Canadian Department of National Defence driver's license, Canadian Possession and Acquisition license, Secure Certificate of Indian Status or Certificate of Indian Status, Canadian Status Card, Canadian Conditional Release Identification Card, Nexus Card, United States Green Card, Report pursuant to the Immigration and Refugee Protection Act with photo, Student Authorization or Study Permit, Employment Authorization or Work Permit, Visitor Record, Temporary Residence Permit, formerly Minister's Permit or Extension of Minister's Permit. As a reminder, health cards are not accepted. Please also check your municipal website for their specific identification requirements. List of supporting documents. Certain applicants will be required to provide supporting documents in addition to their identification. If an applicant was divorced in Canada, they will need to bring one out of the 3 documents: the final decree, the final judgment, or the certificate of divorce. If an applicant had an annulment in Canada, they will need to bring one out of the 2 documents: the final decree or the final judgment. If applicants are 16 or 17 years old, they will need to bring a form called Consent of Parents or Guardians to Marriage. If an applicant was divorced outside of Canada, they will need to bring the Foreign Divorce Authorization. If an applicant had an annulment outside of Canada, they will need to bring the Foreign Annulment Authorization. If an applicant is widowed, they will need to bring one out of the 3 documents: a death certificate, the funeral director's statement of death, or a court order declaring that their spouse died. Important notes. Visit your local municipal website to find out the marriage license application process, such as in person, online, or online through the ServiceOntario website, and to also find out the identification requirements. Do not use ServiceOntario's online application if the pickup locations are too far for you. Do not apply too early nor too late for your marriage license. It's valid only for 90 days. Most municipalities require booking a pickup appointment, so account for appointment availability, as some months may book up faster than others. Remember to bring ID and supporting documents if applicable. Step by step. Find a participating municipality for ServiceOntario's online application. Step 1. Visit the ServiceOntario webpage, apply for a marriage license online, and then click on the Participating Municipalities link, which is number 5 on the table of contents. Step 2. Under the Participating Municipalities section of the website, there is a ServiceOntario map of the marriage license pickup locations. There are 121 participating municipalities. In the map, click into the search box and type in the address or city of your desired pickup location and click Enter on the keyboard. Step 3. Participating municipalities are represented as orange dots on the map. Click on the plus sign to zoom into the map. Step 4. Select an orange dot on the map. Step 5. When an orange dot is selected, a license pickup location and address will appear on the map. This is the closest participating ServiceOntario location. An alternative way of searching for locations is the following steps. Step 1 and 2 are the same. Step 1. Visit the ServiceOntario webpage, apply for a marriage license online, and then click on the Participating Municipalities link, which is number 5 on the table of contents. Step 2. Under the Participating Municipalities section of the website, there is a ServiceOntario map of the marriage license pickup locations. There are 121 participating municipalities. In the map, click into the search box and type in the address or city of your desired pickup location and click Enter on the keyboard. Step 3 is looking below the map for the marriage license pickup locations list. Click on the first location that appears. That is the closest ServiceOntario location. Step 4 is when you select the first location, you can view the address of the license pickup location and the map location. As a reminder, if resulting locations are too far for you to travel to, do not use the ServiceOntario online application. Instead, locate your closest municipality and visit the municipality's website to find out its marriage license application process. Next steps. Here are some next steps once you have gathered your information and documents for the marriage license application. Complete the application, online or on paper. Submit the application, online or in person. Arrange an appointment to pick up the marriage license. Bring ID and supporting documents if applicable. Pay for the license. Check the marriage license for any errors. Notify the municipality if there are any errors. The resources listed provides a link to the ServiceOntario webpage, Apply for a Marriage License Online, and the webpage Before Getting Married, the ServiceOntario online application website, and the marriage license application form. I've also included links to the marriage license fee information on the municipal websites of Toronto, Markham, Richmond Hill, Brampton, Mississauga, and Niagara Falls. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this video informative, please click the like button and share this with friends and relatives who are planning to get married. You can also subscribe to this channel to receive a notification when new videos are posted. Until then, take care and celebrate life.